So I had jury duty, and I did participate. It was June 17th, 2024. I was juror number 515. And so the reason why I'm sharing this, I'm covering my address and stuff. Yeah, this does have this state seal. This is authentic. You can see it's wrinkled. I actually took it to the courthouse. I sat there for a majority of the day, and then I was released. I never got to participate in any trial or anything like that. They told me, thank you, you can go home. So the reason why I'm sharing this, again, is because the day that I was there, which is June 17th, 24, the day that I was there, the clerk of court, there was so when your blonde hair starts to go kind of whitish, but it's not white, that color hair, and I can point her out, but describing her, she kind of had like a light blue blouse on, and her hair was kind of cut in a bob. She was very focused on her job description, and there was a period of time where we were sitting and waiting. We had gotten moved from one room to another, and when we were in her room, it was the clerk of court waiting area. And we were being separated at that particular time. We had to come up. They would call us by our badge number, and then we would come up. We'd answer a few questions. She'd enter in some information or verify the information according to the answers that we were given, and then we'd either sit back down or be sent upstairs. And so she was the one that we had to go to the counter and speak to. She worked there with another woman who was performing the same task as she. And then at one point, the other lady sat down and got really comfortable and really rolled her sleeves up and got really busy. She started doing a lot of work, processing people, getting us in and out of there. So this woman that I'm describing to you, she kind of fell back and let the other woman do all the work. So I noticed the bailiff came in, and this woman kind of followed the bailiff. And they went to an area where the bailiff sat down in the corner of that desk area, facing all of us. And she gathered someone else, just randomly came in, and I don't know if she worked there, I don't know what she wanted, if she was looking for something or whatever. She just kind of wandered in there and was behind the counter with them, so she clearly did work at the courthouse, and the three of them sat there whispering. So the whispering, that's none of my business, and I don't care. I'm not a gossiping kind of person. I really hate gossip, and I don't hate many things, but gossip is really disgusting. But I couldn't help but to recognize that my entire body was pointing out to me the uncomfortability of her gossiping. So I knew that there was something significant about everything that she was saying and not her mouth. So I'm sitting here minding my business, waiting to get in and out, hopefully out from this jury duty responsibility, but willing to do my civic duty to participate. So I didn't expect any kind of, I'm doing my patriotic duty. I didn't expect any kind of unprofessionalism in any way, shape, or form at that courthouse. So I was kind of upset. My whole body was like resounding with disgust, and it was their gossiping that triggered it. So the reason why this particular clerk of court woman made me feel this way is she was directly looking at me, pointing at me, and whispering to the bailiff, and they would both look up at me. And so I was sitting with a guy. I was sitting with a young man who was also participating, and we probably looked like two best friends sitting there. We were very comfortable together, and we were talking and very engaged in conversation, and we were the only two people in the section where we were at, and he had just gotten called up, so I was literally sitting there by myself. They were aware that him and I were sitting together, but at that particular point, I was sitting alone, so there was no discrepancy on who they were looking at. None. So if they were talking about me and him being buddy-buddy while we were there, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Why would they even care? They have a whole jury duty section of people to process. Like, why would they take the time to notice me? You know what I mean? So it was clear to me that this woman, the clerk of court, was identifying me and pointing out to the bailiff and to the other woman that, oh man, that's her. I can completely intuitively understand her conversation. That's her. That's the woman. That's her. Oh my God, look at her. Oh my God. That was the conversation as far as I could tell intuitively. So I want to show you guys something about the courthouse. Now, the courthouse is a building. Well, I'll show you when I get there, but I'm going to go downtown, and I'm going to add a quick clip to this particular video, because there's an observation that I've made that I've been educating and teaching other people that I encounter in the downtown St. Louis area of my particular findings, and just, being able to incite in others this desire to understand that information and let it unfold in their own experience, so that they can be able to distinguish and detect the type of circumstances that they're, embarking into. And so the courthouse has this horrible, let me hold my comments. Let me hold my comments until I get in front of the courthouse, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. But this, I held on to this letter, and I could have thrown it away a long time ago. But I could have, I could have thrown it away. But I held on to it because I wanted to always remember that date, because I wanted to actually make this video, because I wanted to call out that clerk of court. So yeah, I'll get downtown as quickly as I can. I'm, in the daylight, so it might not be today. It might be tomorrow. It might be sometime later this week. I don't know. I'm very busy, and I never know where I'm going to be. So when I have that opportunity, and as quickly as possible, I will finish this video, and I'll go ahead and publish it to expose that, the clerk of court, for me in particular, the clerk of court is definitely involved in this theft against me, but it may also resound and resonate with the rest of the prototypes behind me, who are also experiencing spiritual warfare. The type of spiritual warfare that I'm experiencing, some of it is directly related to everything that we're all experiencing. So if there's a clerk of court, involved in, some backstabbing BS in my life, I'm quite certain you might have clerk of courts who are very questionable in yours. Anyway, the truth shall be known, and it will prevail. So I don't know if it's going to be that easy to see, but look at the dark film on the exterior of these court buildings. And then the buildings next to them are perfect, clear, clean, crisp. Look at the darkness on there. It's not that bad there. But this is the downtown St. Louis courthouse. One of the courthouses. And it's just covered in this horrible black film, almost like a mold on the outside of these cylinder blocks. So I recognize exactly what this is. It's evil. It's the exterior film. Let me see if I can get in, because I wanted to show you. That is pure evil. That is evil on the outside of the building. Not everybody knows what evil looks like. But when you see a building like this in your city, you have to understand that inside that building, great evil is being spoken. Great evil is being done. It's bad energy. Bad vibes. Bad, bad, bad. The color of sickness and illness and evil. Right there in Market Street. That is the downtown courthouse. Pure evil. Look at the other buildings here. None of them look like that. Only the courthouses.